3 years ago, people would come up to me on the streets and say, what's the Chive? And now people who haven't heard of the Chive very much are like, oh yeah, you guys are the ones that do all the charity. And that is a real moment for me, when people understand now that the Chive is there to help people who aren't that familiar with the Chive.
Welcome back, everyone. You're about to meet a special group of friends who want to make people feel better.
Members of the online community, the Chive, are breaking the barriers of the internet to meet offline and do some good while they're at it.
Chive On, a Kern County group dedicated to performing random acts of kindness, held this donation drive.
They're in town for Monday Night Football thanks to Chive Charities in Cincinnati.
The founders and the website viewers, the Chivers, have donated over 10 million charitable dollars to those in need. They honestly do so much all across the nation. Love to see stuff like that.
Who says you can't have a good time while, doing charity and making people feel good about themselves?
It's always a good time when you hang out with the Hampton Roads Chivers, shaving their heads and raising money to help the families of children fighting cancer.
When they get the chance to celebrate, they fucking celebrate. Out of my 9 cat lives, I've lost like 3.
People are traveling all over the world. I mean, I went to Montego Bay, Jamaica for a vacation with Chivers because of Chive Nation. We're all connected in that sense.
How many meetups have you been to? 2? How many have you been to? 5? People come out and support these causes left and right just because we want to have we want to have a positive impact.
They're the most wonderful people. They gregarious. They want to meet everyone.
Yeah.
It's just wonderful. It's a wonderful group.
I walked in, didn't know a single person, and I walked out that night with probably more friends than I could ever ask for, and a Chive shirt. So that worked out.
There have been more than a few times where I'm not having the best day and I'll go out to a Chive meetup and they pick me up. It's amazing how good they are at, I guess, making me feel better, which is really selfish, except for Alfie, who's a dick.
I describe the experience of jumping into Chive Nation as a huge wave pool, right? It's a lot of controlled fun, it's safe. You just gotta know how to swim. If you don't know how to swim, you're fucked.
We were in Boston one time and it was just shot city. And then we went to Seattle and it was like,
chill.
We're gonna chill.
And then you have New Orleans where you're literally fighting off, what do they call them, the hand grenades? Yeah. You're like, I cannot drink another one of these.
But the Midwest people are the nicest ones. They're like, those are the salts of the earth people.
People are always carrying us home, after you get us nice and loaded up on drinks.
Chivers are regular people. Everybody likes to have a good time, so everybody has that in common. But then the charity aspect of it is what makes it tick.
Dane, Colin, and Tyler are riding their bikes 1,600 miles to Texas. Their goal is to raise $150,000 for 3 charities they call underdogs.
It's like these are a community of people that you can grow with and be a part of that have your back no matter what.
When you have a natural disaster or fire, a Chive chapter's there before I can even write about it.
There are still hundreds of people in our community whose homes will look like this. Everyone from Chive on Kern has been doing so much to collect donations for these victims.
I remember picking up the phone and calling and saying, can we mobilize the California Chive chapter to help with these fires? Dave Welch is like, where you been? They've already taken the lead on all of this and sent me like 8 links.
For people who don't even know these people, just to step up and just, give money or give items and clothing and, food to people that need it, it's amazing.
And the turnout has been unbelievable.
Whenever something pops up in the news where it's a disaster or a shooting or anything tragic, all we see is a share to a link of whatever that story is and says, hey guys, what can we do to help?
Grassroots group Greensboro Chive stepped up after being moved by the Pulse nightclub shooting. There was an overwhelming response with people anxious to give blood.
When everyone else is thinking about themselves, you guys are thinking about how you can help them.
Chivers assemble.
A guy's furniture store was vandalized.
The vandals cut desks in half. Paint poured on books, computers, even inside the refrigerator.
He needed $8,000 to stay open, and we raised 10 in 24 hours.
With a goal of 1,000.
Yeah, it's those kind of things that make you say, wow, there is really something here.
People are always willing to help in one way or another. Most recently, it was the Creative Vets, getting some of the members enlisted into the art school in downtown.
Me being an infantry Marine,
Coming to an art class like this to learn something like this, that's helped me exponentially.
It was a really great example to our members. It is going to be fundamentally beneficial for you to just go out and shake a hand and say hello and just let them know that people care.
These are people who are in your community and they need our help. And Chive Charities and all the Chive chapters around the nation have done that. And we continue to do that. And I don't think we're gonna stop.
With the growth of Chive Nation, the evolution, how Chive Nation is no longer has borders, that really ends up showing in the charity totals raised, right? Chivers this year raised over $30K for create events. You know, Eppins raised over $20,000 for Chive Charities.
We had Matt Meehan just rock 50 and 50, all of Minnesota, all of Texas. You know, we had Chivers all over the nation and the world participating.
Chive by Southeast just did 41.
Midwest Madness, 50K for Chive Charities last year. That's bonkers. These are things that happen when a community isn't defined by their region. It's made up by, you know, an entire squad of people throughout the country.
It's just an amazing community full of paying it forward and selflessness.
It's kind of amazing to think that people that followed a website would start throwing parties, and those parties would raise money for charity, and then you would be able to meet people and become best friends.
At Chive meetups, they say strangers become acquaintances, acquaintances become friends, and sometimes they become so much more.
Most of the people that I know that are involved in a Chive Nation chapter, it is who they are. You know, for me, my Chive chapter is my family.
Excuse me, if you like to party and you donate money to charity because you want to, and you're fun and genuine, what else is there?
You're kind of the coolest.
Should we marry them all?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's legal?
We're proposing.
It's kind of a pride thing. It's like, yeah, of course Chive Nation stepped up and raised $100,000 for somebody. So yeah, well, that's what we do. Cheers to the Chive Nation.
Thank you so much for your participation. Thank you so much for making a difference in your community.
On behalf of Chive Charities and all the recipients that you help, we want to thank all the admin for everything you do.
It doesn't matter what level of participation, if you've been to one meetup or if you've been to all of them, you're a part of this community and your contributions have made a difference in people's lives.
Thank you, Chive Nation. We love you. Ralphie, Jay. Thank you, Chive Nation.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Chive Nation.
Thanks. You're welcome.
Thank you.
Be funnier.
You're welcome.
That wasn't funny.
I truly want to thank Chive Nation. At a time where there's, let's face it, a lot of uncertainty in the world, they are a light.